matter where you go, he will make you feel welcome. He will often lead you to the party or create one for you if you happen to be looking for one and there's not one around. Not that I did that. But these are all important qualities I find as a royal peer in the kingdom, and as you take this extra step, I think it's very important that you hold on to those, Baldric, and make sure that you remember to bring people with you on your journey, as you already have. And I think it's a wise decision, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, I'm Prince of Cheng, and I've come to speak on behalf of this man. His boots are dirty and worn from the many miles of service he's walked for this kingdom. His sword is pitted and dull for all the enemies he's fought for this kingdom. And his shield is battered and torn from all the innocents he's defended for this kingdom. These are qualities of knighthood. Your Majesties, I see him as a knight. You do good this day.
I am Princess Freya, and I will speak to this man's heart. Baldric today takes his rightful place among the order of chivalry. He carries within him noble bearings and exemplifies all the virtues that each knight aspires to have. You can see in the sincerity of his smile, hear in the strength of his words, and see it demonstrated by the dedication he shows first to his family, and his friends, and his kingdom. I know what a fine knight this man will make, one that Ealdormere will be proud to call its own. Thank you.
Mr. Genevieve and Mistress Aveline, their Majesties would hear your words as companions of the Order of the Laurel.
I am Maitresse Genevieve, and I could have many things to say of Lord Baldric, for I have known him since his very first day in the SCA. But today, I will speak on behalf of his support for the aims and ideals of the society, as being authentic in dress, equipment, and behavior, as has been in his power. From an early age, Baldric demonstrated not only his desire to dress authentically as was appropriate to his station, but he showed great courage in doing so. For it was Baroness Fiona that he followed and to whom he was paid. As I am sure Fiona would be very proud today to see her young page still dressing as smartly as he can, and now about to don a white belt that will match those infamous white tights.
I have known Baldric almost as long as Countess Genevieve. And while Countess Genevieve spoke of your deportment, I would like to speak of your teaching. I have watched you teach others since you were a young man. As you grew, so did your patience and your abilities. And now you have boys of your own, and I watch you with them, teaching them and being an example to them. I know that Fiona has been watching as well, and right now she's beaming with pride, as I am. This is a good thing.
Master Hector and Dame Sivia, their Majesties would hear your words as companions of the Order of the Pelican.
Majesties, populace, ye who have not yet given an answer to the King and Queen, but stand here, kneel here, in front of all of us. I have known you since a 13-year-old was hanging out at Baroness Fiona's house, and when his parents couldn't find him, they yelled in that direction and you were usually there. We speak of service this day. Speaking only of your service is a task that is difficult for me, for you are a peer. I do not say often, you are my peer, you have been my peer, and it is my joy to watch you rise and lead this kingdom.
Hi, Queen. With all these things, there are more things to be said, and one had to leave early because the ride had come. So one of the great peers of Ealdormere, walking out the door, stopped, turned back, and said, one other thing. If something important comes up, I agree with Hector. Your Majesty, something of great importance has come up, and a truly great lady had to leave us early. I beg leave to speak for Mistress Fiona. She told me this. She would have me speak of her pride in you, of the young man who took the sword, and found your place. But of that pride, blossoming as it is, she would speak even more glowingly of her pride in you as the man, soldier, warrior, the doting father, the loving husband. And then Fiona would speak to your majesties, and she would congratulate you on your wisdom and your beneficence this day. For Fiona well knew that the only gift that a king and queen give that lasts is the peers they give the kingdom to serve the king. And then Fiona would address you, noble lords and ladies of the chivalry, and she would congratulate you. For you have gained this day a comrade, one who will enliven your meetings with wise and with heartfelt words, and who will bring to your attention the squires that he most surely will take, and will groom to follow your most noble path. And last, always last, Fiona would speak of herself. And Fiona would have the known world understand how proud this day is, that she might know that this was her peer. And then, only then, she would look at you with eyes of love and give you that smile that could light up the barn and say, "I love you, dear boy." She does. Mistress Trillia, when you record the deeds of this day, have it said that Mistress Sivia was joined by Mistress Fiona, by her poor proxy. Oh, before I go, I agree with Fiona.
Their Majesties would hear your words as a knight.
Why not to follow him? I am Sir Aaron, I shall speak for Baldric. We've come a long way since the first time we've met. You were a free spirit, and some of you would have said you were out of control. But you've refined your ways since then. Not because you had to, but because you wanted to. You continue to live up to all the virtues and attributes that we all strive for. And saying that, I'm not going to bore all these people who came today to witness this elevation by telling them how you represent each and every virtue of knighthood, because they already know. That's why you're my peer. And I thank you, Your Majesty, for what you do this day. It was a just thing. Thank you.